Hello, Earthlings. It's time to reset your cultural dial. Coming your way next on your favorite device, from the Hoosier State to all the ships at sea, it's the Crawfordsville Peachcast. And now, here's your second or third favorite Dave from Indiana, Dave Peach. Warning, other people named Dave may also appear.
Crawfordsville Peachcast. I'm Dave Peach.
I'm Dave Meyer.
Dave, we're on video. Finally, people will be able to see us.
It's crazy, Dave. Where do we tell them, Dave? Because obviously they're seeing us now for the first or second time, possibly.
There's a YouTube channel that will have courtesy the Fork Broadcasting stations, and we'll be on video, we'll be on audio. We're looking forward to it.
Dave, people are going to ask about the multicolored, I don't know what they are. Are they alien fish below the picture of Dean, Sammy, and Frank?
Now, those are the jellyfish.
Okay.
That my family bought me because I love jellyfish. When I go to the aquarium, I can watch the jellyfish all time. I don't even need to see the other animals.
There's something very soothing about the jellyfish, Dave.
People ask me, are they real?
They look alien real, Dave.
How many general managers of radio stations have live jellyfish in their office?
I think this is like how many folk singers are out there today, Dave. I don't know. I imagine it's less than 3, maybe more than 1.
Live. The only time, as far as when Ricardo Montalban had his fish in that one movie, Naked Gun, the first Naked Gun. Was he in the first Naked Gun or second?
He was the first. Wasn't he like the first evil rich guy in Los Angeles, Dave?
He was. Now, today, did I thank CD? I don't even think I thanked CD.
I think we were so just enamored with our own visuals, Dave.
Now, not only do we have CD, but we have DD. He's helping us. Another Dave is helping us, and his last name begins with D.
These are the Daves we know.
We've got 3 Daves, or 3. This is in 3D, if you will. But Dave is helping us out on audio, and I don't know if he's ever going to say anything. He's kind of shy.
Okay.
He's more than. We're not going to cut you out or anything like that. If you want to.
Oh, I can talk whatever. I'm a talker.
Oh, here he is.
This is your guys' show.
He's not shy. Dave D. We've got Dave D. We got Keach, and we've got Dave Meyer.
Central Indiana Rubber Products provides the power for you. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, keeps farm equipment and local manufacturing processes running with gaskets, belts, seals, and O-rings, among a variety of other products and services. Employee-owned and always customer-focused. Central Indiana Rubber Products, 989 West, 83 North, Crawfordsville, and at indianarubber.com. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, power for you.
So, Dave, let's start it out. It's an untoasted movie. It is the American biographical Western. That is what this movie is categorized as. It's not a sports comedy.
No.
It is movie number 91. It is 1980, The Long Riders.
The Long Riders, Dave. This is it's a stylistic Western. I would say even for 1980, it was almost a little MTV, maybe before MTV as far as that goes. Interesting in that brothers, Dave. We have lots of brothers in this movie.
Not 3, but 4 brothers.
4 brothers
that we know of.
So,
and a guy named Harry Carey Jr.
Right. And there's maybe multiple people, and we don't know if anybody's actually, there was a Carey in there, and they just naming their kids Harold. And then they were 15, they remembered, hey, I can go by Harry.
So here we go. And this movie was directed by Walter Hill.
Yes.
One of our perennials,
Dave.
He did Extreme Prejudice, and he'll actually be the director. Well, he is actually the director. Is he still alive? I don't think he is.
I think he is, but I'll have to check that. He's old.
Okay. We don't want to check because we want to just keep flowing. This is
Let's
the new.
keep flowing. Keep it going.
This is the new Crawfordville Peachcast. We don't look things up on the internet.
We don't do that.
Walter Hill knows if he's alive or dead. And
right. And if he's listening, he can talk to us about it.
Really
84 years old, still with us.
Thank you. And he is the director of our next movie, Streets of Fire, which actually has, I think, a female with more than 5 lines in it. So
yes,
I don't know.
Pretty, it's pretty good for us, Dave.
Yeah, not too bad. Yes. Who is the lady in Extreme Prejudice? The female.
I think it was Maria Conchita Alonso, Dave, which I just like to say.
And that was with Nick Nolte and the guy in
Powers Booth.
Yeah, not the guy in Men in Black.
No,
that's Tommy Lee.
That's Tommy Lee, but Rip Torn was also, and he kind of feels, and Rip Torn's in both.
So here we go. The 3 primary brothers.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the Carradine brothers. We got David as Cole Younger and Keith as Jim Younger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we got Robert as Bob Younger. We got 3 Carradines.
We got 3 Carradines.
It is kind of thundering out there right now. So, and then we got the Keaches. Now, James Keach, he gets lower billing, but he did play Jesse James in the movie.
Yeah, he played Jesse. Interesting haircut, Dave. Not really sure. Kind of, I don't know. Interesting haircut, but Dave, a menacing stare.
He did. His haircut was kind of reminiscent of like Andy Travis in WKRP, but apparently the
program director's cut.
Program director. You look just like a program director in Cincinnati. Not a cold-blooded robber, assassin, whatever. And then we had Stacy Keach as Frank James.
Yes,
his brother.
In Frank seemed to be the, I guess, the cooler head of the brothers.
Then we had the Quaid brothers and Cousin Eddie, who was in another movie. He was in, what was that one we did, The Last Picture Show?
Oh, yes. Early on in the career of Randy Quaid.
That'd have been Randy Quaid. And he played Clell Miller.
Yes. Of the Miller brothers. Yes. Who rode with the younger James gang.
We'll get to what's in this movie after we talk about Dennis Quaid. Ed Miller, who has a short stint in the movie by the brother standards.
Yeah, just a couple of cameos. He's kind of they kind of parse him throughout as a way to move things along, but you kind of he never really gets a lot of respect. In fact, I think the most respect he gets, Dave, is when he's in jail and he basically says, "I'm not going to turn on him."
No, kind of like that mafia thing going on.
Yes.
Then we got the Guest brothers, Christopher and Nicholas. Christopher is Charlie Ford, and Nicholas Guest is Bob Ford. And oh, by the way, Bob Ford in real life is the man who shot Jesse James dead.
Yes. In fact, there was a movie made where it was the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Bob Ford, which is a very long title, Dave.
And the guy that shot, I kind of looked at some history. The guy that shot the guy who shot Jesse James was like a hero, and 7,000 people signed a petition to get him out of jail, and he became quite the hero for shooting the man who shot Jesse James.
Yes,
Jesse James had his fans.
Jesse had quite a the surrounding territory was full of supporters.
So this American biographical Western chronicles the James Younger Gang, which kind of sounds like a yacht rock band.
It does, Dave.
The James Younger Band. Hey, sailing on a blue sky.
Exactly. Feel good tonight.
Yeah, here they are, the James Younger Band. But Jesse James, let's see, we've got an original soundtrack by Ry Cooder.
Mm-hmm.
And, like he's like a John Lee Hooker guy. Is that? Would that be correct to say? Or John Prine or that kind of Americana?
He's kind of an old instrumentalist that has played on a lot of like Americana. And this is probably, I'd say, the music.
So marketable Americana music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's not exactly tearing up the billboard, Dave.
I'm sorry.
You might have noticed.
You're an Americana fan. I'm sorry.
I will say this. I know. But this, I will say, for this movie,
I'm not making Taylor Swift money. Let's put it that way.
I mean, no, the music helps the movie. I'll say that.
Yes, it does. And I understand Ry Cooder did the soundtrack to our upcoming movie, Streets of Fire.
Really? He did?
That's what I saw. Okay. You can check that out. To be determined.
Maybe I
will. This movie had a budget of $8 million. It made $15.8 million.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of a animosity or a little bit of a resentment because this was called a turkey, and it was pretty good to be a turkey.
Right.
The movie we did last time, Find Me Guilty. Yeah. That movie was horrible.
Yeah, that was
this movie was actually very entertaining.
Yes.
And it had women of extremely high character.
Yes.
In it. And it had guns, it had cool clothes, it had horses.
Yeah.
It had banks, it had trains, it had honor among thieves. And can you imagine the guy or gal that handles the gun things on a movie in this particular movie? I mean, they had a very hard job, and a job that, I mean, I can't imagine keeping track of all those guns and all the guns that were firing repeatedly in the gun scenes in this movie.
Especially, they would have to be like ancient or built for that use. And then obviously they've got to be, they're not full of bullets, they're full of blanks, but there's a lot of gunplay, a lot of different guns, Dave. Now,
I looked at this movie, and I'll you can kind of chime in here. The acting, I say, excellent.
Yeah, I really, I was a fan of David Carradine from the TV show Kung Fu. I never really got into I know he was in Kill Bill with Tarantino. I never watched the Kill Bill movies. Okay. But this, he's a really good Cole Younger. And I think the Carradine brothers in general, to me, they're, even though obviously Jesse James, the more renowned, notorious outlaw, feels like the younger that's more of the backbone of the story.
And it's good to know, and it's good to, tell people that there are 3 Carradine brothers out there.
There are 3 in here, and there may be more on the streets at the time, Dave.
Hey, I say the characters are very interesting, unlike Find Me Guilty, where I'm just cheering for the movie to end.
Yeah,
these characters are interesting. Even the feckless Pinkertons or whatever, they were interesting.
They were more and the one guy, the main Pinkerton guy, he plays it perfectly.
What is Pinkerton?
They were a private detective agency. Again, this was long before the FBI existed. And in this particular territory and part of Missouri, there wasn't really a lot of law and order, let's say, that was, in that particular area.
Yeah, we should say the setting is the post-Civil War in Missouri, which is kind of in between,
bloody,
in between state. Certainly not the marquee battles that you had in Pennsylvania and Virginia and all that good stuff. But it was. And there was still some animosity.
Yes,
in the time of this movie, post Civil War. The cast was solid. We've talked about that. The filming, I thought, was expert. I thought the filming of it was phenomenal. It was really very good.
Yeah, and it moves. It moves really quickly. Randy Quaid's an interesting character in this. He's not in it. He's one of the main gang. I guess he's the first one to die. He's kind of this, he's quoting the Bible and he's sitting around with his hat on while he's naked. And it's just he's an interesting character a little bit. And of course he goes against his brother. but that was, to me, there's so many little aspects of this movie. I don't know, Dave, what is the story itself is basically these guys are robbing banks and trains and stagecoaches during this, uneven, somewhat lawless period of post-Civil War. I don't know, whatever they want to call it.
Well, I mean, at the heart is Jesse James.
Yes.
And Jesse James is a mythic character. He's a mythic guy. I mean, he's, everybody knows Jesse James, the outlaw.
Right.
They don't necessarily know everything that he did and how he met his end. So this guy's a thief. Mm-hmm. He's a professional robber. He fought for the Confederacy. Would that be correct to say?
Yes. Yep.
He is a leader.
Yes.
Of men. No question about that. And this is post-Civil War. And this movie really showed the lifestyle of a train robber, of a bank robber, because you don't just do this 40 hours a week.
No.
Apparently you go out and rob something, and then you go back and carouse or go back to your spouse and raise your kids. Time to, just kind of chill out for a while. And then you go back to robbing banks and trains and things.
Well, and
you go back to your home and like that, yeah.
Some of the stuff, like, in this movie, the title Long Riders, I'm not sure, but these coats, they wear these dusters, and they're very cool, Dave. But I was wondering, are these appropriate? Did they really have these? And the answer, yes, they did. And not only did they have these, but they were documented wearing them when they tried to rob this bank in Minnesota, which kind of begat their downfall.
Yeah, that is later in the movie, but let's see. They've got we had law officers falling by the wayside in an effort to stop the bank robbing James Younger gang.
They kind of depict this very much area that they live in Missouri, which is the Pinkertons come in, and immediately one of the things that happens is two of these Pinkerton guys come upon two of the Youngers, and the Pinkertons end up killing one of the Youngers who wasn't one of the gang members, and then both of the Pinkertons were killed. And Dave, this is a true story. This actually happened. I don't know if it happened exactly like it's depicted in the movie, but it happened. So the Pinkertons created ill will. And then this thing that did happen also with his half brother. And so then they eventually there were more Pinkertons that were killed as a result.
From what I understand, the mother, Jesse James' mother, lost an arm in the fire.
Right.
And they did not have that in the movie.
They did not. Apparently, I can't remember the name of that actor, Dave, but she's been in a lot of movies playing like the old tough woman.
Yes, she was. And, I've got a note here. She has. It seems like she has been in 50 sitcoms as some sort of character that you can't name her name, but you've seen her in a ton of stuff.
Fran Ryan.
Fran Ryan. I was going to say Fran Ryan. Let's see. I had a note there about her, but anyway. And we had the reporter. We had the know-it-all reporter.
Right.
Assessing the situation, and he knew that the law had no chance against Jesse James.
Yeah. There's some unique. There's a. They decide that they're going to get out of Missouri because they, need to, break away. And this is where they decide to go up to Minnesota, to Northfield, I believe. Anyway,
yes, you're right.
This Northfield, is true. Minnesota. And they, what was depicted is very true to what happened in that the locals were ready. And they were not able to get any money out of that bank, and they had to basically, they shot their way out, and they lost Clell Miller, and they went on from that. Now, Dave, one thing that I don't think, or at least I didn't read this in Wiki, I didn't see anything about them jumping horses through large plate glass windows, Dave.
Or running over the Missouri River or whatever river that was.
Right now, but I mean, here's my favorite. I mean, they have this scene.
Not only did they jump in the plate glass, but they jumped out of them on the other side.
And okay, and this is what George Hill, the director, talked about. He says the most difficult sequence is where the horses jump through the glass. Here's what he says, Dave. They trained for weeks, making them do the jump without the glass. Once they are conditioned, they put the glass in. And then he says, Dave, it's a big surprise to the horses, so they'll only do it once. So then they had to get a second set of horses for the second jump.
Man, were horses injured in this?
Boy, Dave, it's okay. Here's the other thing I want to bring up, not to besmirch anything, but I would say nowadays, Dave, if this happened in a movie, people would be upset about, because I didn't see anything about this being this, that no horses were harmed, no animals were harmed during this movie. I don't know if they could say that, Dave, because if you're making horses jump through glass, I feel like somebody's going to get hurt.
Not to mention the dead pigs when the one guy got killed, hiding them out.
That was, they shot the farmer with the great accent.
And then you see the dead pigs.
Yeah. I think that was just to scare us.
A couple of interesting credits. I love Harry Carey Jr. I'm not sure exactly who he was in the movie. And then there was James Whitmore Jr.
Right.
He was Mr. Ritzley.
Mr. Ritzley.
Pamela Reed played Belle Starr.
Okay.
And Fran Ryan, as you mentioned, Fran Ryan, Mrs. Samuel, but which is actually the second. She remarried or something. Jesse James' dad must have died or run off or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The Pinkertons, Where is Missouri? All we got to do is get home. And then, as you mentioned, the Minnesota, the road trip hits a snag. Gun battle on the way. You talked about jumping through the glass. Jesse and Frank are okay though. They're fine.
Yeah, amazingly, and they had at different times they'd both been shot, but they were pretty good shape getting out of here.
And they say to the people that are left behind after the disastrous bank robbery, "We've got to leave. We've got to ride."
Yeah.
So they gave them a copy of the home game and some mallow cups on the way out. I don't know if you knew that or not. A joke. Johnny Gilbert turned 98. He's the
Johnny,
the announcer on Jeopardy.
Oh my!
And he is a man who has been paid to say mallow cups on national TV. So I salute you, Johnny Gilbert. And that was a long way to go. That was a long way to go for that. But
I like it, Dave. I like it. There are. This is an entertaining movie. It moves. It's 99 minutes long.
Yeah.
I think it. If you.
I looked at the clock. Dave has a hard out here in about 3 minutes. But go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna be late, Dave.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, when I watch this movie, it's entertaining. The line that they asked George Hill something about what's your strategy, and he said keep the jokes funny and the bullets real, and that's pretty close to what I think they got done. My thing that this spurred, because the movie's good, but it's not great, because it kind of goes to this climax and then it kind of keeps going, and then he gets shot, and then the last thing is basically Frank taking Jesse's body for a funeral. And that's kind of the way that goes. It got me into looking at, okay, how long did any of these guys live and what happened? And as an example, because there's a line in the movie when they're trying to get the younger brothers to talk about the James brothers, when they've already got the youngers and they're already they're in the hospital, but they're in prison. Yeah. And he says, we played a rough game and we lost. And that's in the movie. Actually, pretty close to the quote that Cole Younger said. He said, "We tried a desperate game and lost. We're rough men and will abide by the consequences."
And I got to say, I'm with you on this. good, not great,
Right.
but it did show the human side of Jesse James and the family man, and what they did behind the scenes, and they wove that into all the gun battles and all the robberies and all that stuff in a in my estimation, a very entertaining way. Now, I can't wait to see our next movie. Walter Hill directs Streets of Fire, and this movie was made in 1984. I have no idea what's in this movie other than they've got is it Diane Lane?
Diane Lane is the female lead.
I haven't watched a whole lot of movies with Diane Lane.
And she's great, and she's young, and she starts out the movie as the singer kind of thing. And it's that movie, Dave, is billed. I don't know what it says on Wiki, but it's on the poster. It says a rock and roll fable.
What is the movie Diane Lane was in like 1978, 79? We'll have to get into that. I saw a podcast and they absolutely loved the movie, and it was one of their favorite movies of all time. And she was in love with somebody. I don't know. It's kind of like that movie with the guy and the kids, and they go to that place. This is a movie where a young girl falls in love, and it's one of those. You can probably figure it out.
I'm looking forward to
Google that. Yeah,
Dave, I have one little postscript on this, which is the Cole Younger thing. He actually was paroled. He eventually went to prison. He became a librarian in prison. He was paroled in 1901, and he wrote a book basically about being a Confederate Avenger. Okay? It gets better, Dave. And this actually ties back to an earlier Peachcast Untoasted movie. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Dave, he and Frank James were in a Wild West show together.
Oh, my.
How about that?
Kind of like
the
movie with Bruce Willis. Oh, True Grit. Got it.
Remember, she walks up to the two gentlemen.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
And they're in the movie. They're in the show?
Actually, Jay, yes, they were for real. Frank James and Cole Younger toured with this Wild West show. Now, wait, Dave, it's not over. Okay. So again,
obviously not them in the movie, but
right, not in the movie, but the real
playing
Cole.
them in the movie. Yeah.
So he and Cole. Now, Frank James lives till 1915. Frank dies in 1915. 1916, Dave, Cole Younger dies. But before he dies, he's baptized. He becomes a Christian. He repents for his life of crime.
Wow.
How about that?
Man, now that is, you're doing the Paul Harvey there, rest of the story. My head is, you see my head, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of
JBL speaker thing.
I don't know what the deal. Yeah, here we go. Anyway.
Oh.
Well, Dave, next up is, we mentioned the Walter Hill Streets of Fire movie. That'll be number 92. We're closing in on 100, Dave. Always fun to talk movies with you. And a big thank you to Dave, the other Dave, helping us out with the video here today. Until we say that Crawfordsville Peachcast is on CrawfordsvillePeachcast.podbean.com. We'll also be on YouTube. Mm-hmm. We're on the Fork Media app, which features all the Fork Media radio stations, including the 3 here in Crawfordsville. Like, share, and subscribe. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, YouTube, and Podbean. Until next time, America, I'm Dave Peach.
I'm Dave Meyer.
Thanks for listening to watching the Crawfordsville Peachcast.
Thank you for listening to the Crawfordsville Peachcast. If you enjoyed it, follow the podcast and ring the bell so that way you'll always be up to date with the newest episodes. We'll see you next time.